inspired by that, I wrote a curse poem, which I've been delivering for several years now, to no effect. My thinking is, I'm not believing it strongly enough.
I think you worked on me.
Wait till you hear it.
I definitely worked on me.
Maybe, we'll see. So I won't, nobody in this room is going to be affected by this poem. I'll point over your heads, and yeah, do you know, I was thinking assholes. I'll curse assholes with it. So, nobody in this room. Even if you are an asshole, you're exempt tonight, alright?
Thank you.
Probable misuse of shamanism. I clamber through your great vein, or inferior vena cava as it is properly known. Surrounded by black, stagnant blood and the beat of the drum, if I work hard enough, I will come to the writhing bowl of your right atrium. And then the possibilities are endless. I can sit quite still, with a choking gutful of irony wine, and allow my foreignness to disrupt the smooth flow, turbulence that is called, through the mitral valve, so the little clots form and are shot around and out to your lungs. An exercise in anticipation for me, the knowing wait for the sharp pain, the breathless death. I can kick and claw at the great central wall to make a small hole and squeeze through to the business side. From there, I will have no choice but to be shunted straight to your brain, whence a dullness will spread and the FAST protocol from the stroke ads will come into play. Then, like that old film, I will have to exit through the nearest opening, your roomy eye probably, before I run out of tea for time. I can simply tear it apart. Though this would be most difficult, it feels the most satisfying. Begin with cutting the beautiful strings, then rip off the valve lips like so many yogurt lids. Finally work my hands bloody like crying in a swimming pool, taking the central divide asunder. Yes, how satisfying to gut it like that so nothing can hide. Sometimes I feel so much strength that I think I could reach in under your straining ribcage with my bare hand and pluck the grotesque pulsating thing out like a weed. But they beat independently, and I can't imagine not flinging it away in disgust, not screaming and stamping like a child with an eel, not cowering in a corner while the pathetic lump convulses its last. The book says to make sure and come out before the drumbeat stops. I'm not sure what happens otherwise. Thank you. How are you feeling over there? Get his head down.
Don't encourage him.
Okay, last poem, so.
No.
Second
I
last.
don't have any more poems to read.
Second last poem.
It's very long. This is a very long poem. Will I read it?
Read all
Are you being serious, or is this just West Cork hospitality?
What's that?
No, this is a very long poem, so I leave it after that. This is from a big long poem I'm writing at the moment about walking and such, and it's gotten kind of diverted because, as many people will have heard me say before, I love to be writing poems about beautiful things and flowers and nature and daffodils and stuff, but until I can prise Devilera's cold dead hands off my uterus, it's very hard for me to choose anything else as a subject. So this is about that. There's some singing in it, and there is some responses. So some of you might be familiar with the responses when I get into them. The first section you won't really want to join in with. The second section you might, and if you do, and it's never happened yet, but I feel like here it might, if you do, I invite you to join in. This is called Drowned Mary, and it's for a woman lost in a storm. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu. As I kneel before you, as I bow my head in prayer, take this day, make it yours, and fill me with your love. I'm drowned Mary. Why would I want a child, and why wouldn't I? I bent over when you told me, and my fatherless son was born with his heart outside his body, like a failure of farmyard husbandry. and I tended him as I could, but he still died like you said he would. And the paparazzi collected as I sank under the weight of sulphuric tears, and now I have wound up like Alice on the shore of my own disaster, eyeing a hungover Garda Síochána through a seaweed-packed hole. And people say, Our Lady of Cycles, pray for us. Our Lady of Thrush and Cystitis, pray for us. Our Lady of Tampons, pray for us. Our Lady of the Curse,
Pray for us.
Our Lady of Ovaries,
Pray for us.
Our Lady of Family Planning,
Pray for us.
Our Lady of Catholic Countries,
Pray for us.
Our Lady of Immaculate Conception,
Pray for us.
Our Lady of Dancing at Crossroads,
Pray for us.
Our Lady of American Dollars,
Pray for us.
Or do they say, Most Holy Queen of eyes meeting across a crowded pub, pray for us. Queen of blushing, pray for us. Queen of touching, pray for us. Queen of sharing a taxi, pray for us. Queen of coming up for coffee, pray for us. Queen of sensitivity,
Pray for us.
Queen of lips, pray for us. Queen of vasodilatation,
Pray for us.
Queen of nerve endings, pray for us. Queen of cleavage, pray for us. Queen of zippers, pray for us. Queen of mirrors, pray for us. Queen of lace, pray for us. Queen of flesh, pray for us. Queen of penetration,
Pray for us.
Queen of reverse cowgirl, pray for us. Queen of lubrication, pray for us. Queen of vibration, pray for us. Queen of inhalation, pray for us. Queen of exhalation, pray for us. Queen of joyous oblivion, pray for us. In any case, what I hear is, O Mary, conceived without sin, pray for me, that I may sin without conceiving. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. That was quite a powerful performance. At the end, I wasn't, the first thing you did with, you read out the chart sheet. Why did you keep it as it was? Why did you keep it as it was without sort of doing anything with it? Sort of taking out the most poignant parts?
That's exactly what I wanted it to be. Like, it was sections from the chart sheet, so I wanted it to be the inhumane bits, the bits a child won't understand. Because the child was nowhere in that. So that's what that's what I was trying to do with it.
Maybe people ask you that all the time, but you trained to be a doctor, as I read on the website. Okay, and how did you decide that you wouldn't be a doctor but a poet? Or do you think there is a similarity in the function of a poet and the functions that a doctor can administer?
I think there should be. I didn't really ever want to be a doctor, I don't think, but I came from the kind of family where if you get the good grades, you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, and that's the end of it. I was always writing poetry. That was always the most important thing to me. And then when I actually got into the health system and discovered what a heap of shit it was, there's no words. So I left. And I suppose now I go around to schools telling everyone to do what they like, because I'm not starving, not yet. And it worked out really well for me.
Did you ever, when you work with people who are, in need of help, do you ever feel that you can heal them with words in some minor way, or that they can heal themselves using words?
Well, actually, my teaching is called Finding Your Voice, the teaching that I do, and that's particularly what I do because that's what happened to me. That was my journey to learn to express myself and to be able to stand up in front of people and kind of say what I was thinking. So I teach people to do that, and I think it's really beneficial. As I say, I wish my boys that I work with would write their stories down. I think it would be really helpful for all of us, them included.
Okay, but you said you wish they would write their stories down, but can you help them do that?
Well, I do try, but their lives are very chaotic. Like the kids I work with are very busy taking drugs and breaking my car mirror off and so on. So I do sit down with them and listen to their, I do a lot of that. That's my kind of main aim. But their lives are very chaotic. And maybe in a few years they get to it and they'll remember what I said, or maybe I'll meet them again, or maybe I'll still be working with them.
Your poems are very much written, or the ones you've read here at the end are very much written from the female perspective. Do you feel like a woman in the depths of your soul, or do you think you're a human being? And how do the boys respond to that perspective?
Do you mean the boys I work with? They're some of the most accepting people out there, kind of. You know, they'll take you as you are. It's my peers really that I find I have trouble with acceptance. I do consider myself a human being, and it makes me so angry when people think of women as less than that. That's what makes me so angry. Do you know that? Anyway, I won't go on about my age. You know about it. You heard it already.
But you said your peers. I mean, who are your peers? I mean, how do they not accept you?
No, people my age with my educational background, I find them to be quite judgmental. Those are judgmental people. The kids I work with are not judgmental. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll take you as they find you. Like they'll take anyone as they find them. But yeah, most people around me, I think, adults, they tend to put people in boxes, categorize them. I have no time for it. I come across very rude and awkward, I think, a lot of times, because I kind of deliberately go around not feeding into people's expectations of what I should be like. But I feel like if more of us did that, maybe, you know, we kick some assholes in the arse and stuff.
Yay.
So it doesn't frighten you to not meet people's expectations, or to not be what other people want you to be?
No, I think actually the opposite. I think I have a problem with deliberately not meeting people's expectations. It's okay though, I like it.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anyone want to ask anything else? I mean, I've got questions, but does anyone want to ask something? No? No curious people in this building? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah!
Well, thanks very much, Kathy, and I think everybody was entertained and thinking after that, so that was great. And thanks, Morris, for the poignant questions and interview technique. No, yeah, it's really coming on. It's 9:30, so we might have a wee break before we do the spoken word part of the evening. So we'll have about 10-15 minute break, and then you've got a list of names, and if your name's not on it, there's still time to put it down there. So thanks again to our guest speaker, and we'll see you after the break.